Gearbest have kindly sent me the Feiyue Aero Modelling. Yes, okay, it's not actual aero modelling, but that's the name of the company. It's a nice looking little truck here. They call it a rock climber, sorry, and I always think of rock crawling when I see rock climbing, and also say it's a racing one for off-road as well. So it's a little bit, sounds like it's a bit of, you know, jack of all trades. Let's hope it's a master of some of them as well. Comes in 2 flavours. You've got the orange, the Tigger colours, and also the blue as well. And then it runs around the spec there as well. But what I really wanted to show you was what's actually inside the box. Okay, so I'm still looking at the box, but the reason I'm showing you the box actually before we get onto the car is this, which I think is rather sweet. It's somebody in a factory somewhere has written a little love letter to someone, and it's come halfway around the world and wound up with my missus asking me, who the heck is that? I hope the recipient of whoever this was aimed at did get it, but I think it's rather lovely that somebody in a factory that produces our lovely toys is actually obviously got a little love of their own. And onto the car itself, and it's a pretty slick looking car, I must admit, not just because the fact it's in Tigger RC colours, although it is. We've got good ground clearance and really nice beefy tyres, and they're nice sort of squidgy as well, so we're going to get a lot of grip with that. And obviously being an amphibious car, these are the paddles as well, so that's going to give us a drive through the water even if it's not touching the bottom. So yeah, that should work pretty good. 4-wheel drive. I've already popped the body clips off and I've disconnected the lights as well. You've got 6 lights on it, you've got a couple here, and then you've got the 4 at the back here as well. Let's just pop that off out the way. And then onto the main event, and this is, because it's an amphibious car, what they've done is they've put foam here. I don't know if you can hear the difference. This is sort of hard plastic, and this is actually foam, and this goes right round the belly of it as well. So I don't think we're going to get much scratches, and if you do, it will just peel a little bit of foam off, to be honest. But that's what's going to stop it going right under the water. So virtually, it should not ever go underwater, no matter how deep the water is. You've got a nice sort of metal gauze running through under here protecting all the electronics, and you've got a waterproof 45 amp ESC in there as well. I'll just pop the battery bit open so you can have a look, and it's quite nicely done, I think. Again, all these things are built at a price. There's not a lot of metal work on this, and it's not oil-filled shocks. They're a little bit bouncy, but for this level it's usually pretty good. I've had some seriously good fun out of these style of shocks, no problem at all. And here's that metal work that I was saying. So that will keep quite a lot of water out. It's amazing the water doesn't really want to drip through there, so we should be good. Got a T-style connector on it, and it's a 2-cell battery, and it's running at 1500 milliamp hour. You get a charger with it, which is a mains adapter one, but it's probably going to take you sort of 2.5–3 hours to actually charge it. So there's a quicker way of doing that, and I'll put links in description to videos I've done on faster chargers for that. You'll be able to charge this up in an hour, which is good. Nice thing being a T connector is loads of batteries would fit in this area, so there's lots of other options we want. All we need is just a 2-cell. You've got a fully waterproof switch there, and then I'm just going to open up this back area so we can get into where the motors are. And yes, the ESC is completely waterproof, really nicely done actually. The other electronics are, yeah, not so much, I would say. Probably a bit splash proof, and I can't see much happening actually on the motor either, but I've had ones that have no waterproofing at all. They've wound up in the water just because bad driving, bad operator error, as you would say, and they've been fine. Let them dry out in the airing cupboard of shame, and they're usually pretty good. So no, all under there looks pretty good. Okay, this has got a nice fail-safe system on it, and I quite like this. It's on quite a few cars I've had. You should always turn the transmitter on first of all. You get the flashing LEDs there, then obviously turn the car on, and the LEDs go solid, and you've got a little red LED with the actual switch as well. But if I turn off the transmitter, say you went out of range or the batteries went dead or anything like that, if I do that, it instantly kills the power on the actual motor, and you get flashing LEDs basically telling you that you've disconnected. If we reconnect up or we'll walk closer to it so that we can get in control, it'll automatically fire back up again. I like that fail-safe system. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's actually spitting. It's horrible weather. The Highlanders have a term for this weather. It's called dreich, which means just miserable and
miserable. Yeah, overcast and everything. Ideal for testing out cars that are waterproof apparently. So let's give it a go. On with the transmitter, as I said before, and the nice thing is you can still get in and get to the battery, to the switch area quite easily with your fingers there. And then the LEDs, pretty cool actually. They're going to show up well because it is so dark and miserable sort of thing. So just going to see how we go. First run out with it and everything, obviously immaculately looking clean. Actually, it's got a little bit of go to it. I didn't think it would go that far, so I sort of was expecting something a lot less, to be honest. That actually is going some. Whoa, whoop. Oh, nearly. Now it's really chucking it down. Okay. Sort of almost pulls a wheelie, so it's pretty good. It is not bad. The reason I was a little bit hesitant about how fast it goes, a lot of the manufacturers give you a figure and you sort of think, and then you have a go with the figure and you think, well, no, that's nothing like it actually. Yeah, we can get some air under it as well. It's pretty good. It is definitely turning more to the right than the left. Oh no, it's not too bad now. I think it's just sort of getting itself sorted out. First run out, it's going to obviously have a little bit of settling in. Oh, nice big stone wedged in there, right. Oh wow, that's quite a difficult place to get it in. That's nice. Yeah, like I say, pretty good. Hey, pretty good fun. Yay. It does get a little bit of a shift on actually, it's quite nice. It's a tree go slowly up things. Yep, you can just about do that. Over me little rocks, there's not many rocks here at the moment. They tend to get redistributed around the garden by certain little granddaughters, which is no problem at all. It means Grandad's got to go and find them. Nice. Hey, it's pretty good actually. Good stuff. Right, I've got some leaves, some water. We have water in Scotland, in the Highlands. Yes, we do. And what are we looking at range-wise? You know, 30 odd metres there. They give about 100 metres, I think, on it. It's really good fun. Let's just go and give it a quick go over some bigger stones. Oh, not over there, not over there, not over there. Whoa, gonna be in real trouble with that. Snowdrops, oh dear. A much smoother surface here. This is all water under here. I don't know whether you'll hear the squelch under my wellies, but yeah, it is. It's just the Highlands in the winter. Whoa! It's a little bit like it wants to sort of, yeah, you can sort of, if you crank the steering right the way round, and there's no steering rates or throttle rates on this, so you can quite easily get it just so she's just going to turn over. There we go. If you ease off a little bit with the throttle or the steering, then obviously you wouldn't get that effect. That actually makes it more fun driving, I always think. If they're going to turn over, you know, much more fun, I think. Cool. It does actually go over the stones pretty good. Yep. Yep, that's pretty good. Over here we got a few more stones as well. There we go. Whoops. I haven't managed to get it stuck yet, which is rather good. Yet. Nice. I got some nice big logs here it could go over. It really does get a little bit of a move on. No problem at all. Well, that is really not nice terrain for a little car with not a lot of power. Whoa, over pushed it there, I think. Nice. Nice bit of drift going on there. You weren't supposed to hit my foot. That's full out. Probably about, like say, 20 odd miles an hour, I would have thought. Pretty good, actually. Love the way it spins here. I think if it didn't have the damp road, I think you could possibly get a tiny little bit of a wheelie out of it. Got some bit of the Highland forest in there. Whoops. Thank you. Yeah, always turn it off before you start doing any maintenance underneath, especially with a wet car. Right, let's go and see how we get on with the water. I've got various places I can go for the water. Actually, one up there is probably better. I'm talking to you like you can help me here. Perhaps you can. And again, not a nice area to run through. And this is just literally piles of leaves. Leaves and leaves and leaves here. It's coping pretty well for what it is. Oh, there's some water there. Like I say, we're literally all water around here, so there's a lovely little bit through, just through here. A little burn we can use. Whoops. Wait, hang on. We're a little bit jammed there. There we go. It's actually got a bit of a flow on it, so it might not be quite the best for testing, but we'll see. And got out the other side. Nice. That is totally, it's not touching the bottom there. That's done very well indeed. There's no point in giving it loads of throttle when you're in the water because it won't actually do an awful lot. It won't go very fast. But that is actually coping really well with that. That copes really well. It's definitely submerged.
Okay, I usually say, so what do I think of it? But I'm actually going to ask it what it thought of the Scottish Highland weather. Because we threw everything at this poor little thing. If they put waterproofed or on the box, then we tested it fully, I must admit. And it's come out at the other end absolutely fantastic. Tell you what, wiped over the damp cloth, this thing would almost look brand new, I would say. I've popped the body clips off, so let's just get the body out the way. Absolutely no damage to that whatsoever, and there is no damage to the whole thing. It is held up really well. The eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed something. I don't expect anyone has, but I've actually swapped the wheels around, so they've got a bit more of a paddle area there, I think, and a bit more grip for pulling up out of the water and everything. I don't know that it honestly made any difference, to be honest, and all other tyres, like tractor tyres and everything, they all go, the V goes the other way. So they were put on correctly at the factory, that's how they're supposed to work, but I thought it just might give it a little bit more grip. And it gripped everything, it climbed everything I gave it to do. It's not a brilliant climber. It's not a speed machine, it's just a good basic sort of fun, rock solid-ish working, yeah, RC car that I've actually really enjoyed reviewing, to be perfectly honest. I did say at the beginning that this was foam. I think I said it was foam and I didn't mean that. It's sort of a foam rubber, so it's not going to get pulled apart or anything. If I dig my fingernail in, it'll just gradually push it back out again. So this isn't going to rip to shreds or anything. This is really quite nice and solid, but it's sort of got that flex in it as well, which is good. I've been over gravel with it, been up and down everywhere with it actually, bashed it around quite a fair bit, and it's come out the other side, not even scratches on it. I can hardly see any scratches on it whatsoever, to be perfectly honest, even up the front here, which is usually the one that takes the beating. Not at all. And I've put 8 batteries through this one, and I shall be putting some more after the review as well. It's been good fun. I'll just show you the battery bay area. Even that's fine, no errors at all. It has just kept working. All the LEDs work, the top ones and these ones as well. So I'm pretty impressed with it actually. It's done well with what I threw at it and what the Highlands threw at it. And the battery does take quite a long time to charge up with the stock battery charger. You are looking over 2 hours. I mean, it was a good 2.5 hours, I would say, most times. So to me, that's there's nothing wrong with that, but there's much quicker ways of doing it. There's a real cheapy charger here, and I've done a review on this. I put a link down in the description for you. It's about 6 or 7 quid, and it will charge it up in about an hour. Well, it will be about an hour, so that's pretty good. Or if you're going to get into the hobby, I tell you, once you start with anything RC, you are going to be buying more stuff. It's probably worth going for a hobby grade charger like this one. These are around 20 odd quid, something like that. I'll put links down in the description. I've done reviews on both of these, so show you how to use them and everything, and they're nice and safe and they work really well. Certainly a lot better than these ones, that's for sure. Other things you get with it, you get a little screwdriver, sort of strip it all down, and it's basically all Phillips headed screws on this one. I don't think there's any Allen key stuff on it at all, which is you know, which is quite handy because the screwdriver just can take it all apart. And then we've got the only other thing you get with it is the actual manual. It's in 2 languages, so I always find that a little bit confusing, but it's good if you're new to it. It runs through everything. I just find sort of all the Chinese and the English just a bit confusing. I'm sure the Chinese do as well. Explains everything we've been through anyway. And then you've got all the exploded views of the parts and everything, so if you do need to strip down, you can see exactly what's what, and then it actually calls out what the actual parts are, and then an individual drawing of them. So this is quite normal with the RC cars, but if you're new to it and this is the first one you're going to be buying, then it's nice to know that you'll know exactly what the parts are. So, like I say, I've had a good go with it. I've had some serious fun with it. Whether it's for you, only you can decide that. It's your hard-earned cash that you're going to be spending. Oh, I just noticed it's raining again, so I'm off.